Good morning, friends, and welcome to my channel, Evolving One Step at a Time. Please excuse me as far as my voice is concerned. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a little funnier than normal, then that's the reason why. I wanted to talk to you today in regards to sinking funds and our goals for the year of 2017. I actually just sat down to the computer and figured out what was still in our account and looked at our goals for the future and came up with our brand new budget, and here we go. For 2017, one thing that I have in my sinking funds is education for baby girl. She'll be turning 3 this year, so I want to do a good homeschool plan for her starting in August. So I wanted to purchase a full curriculum for her, and that's about $350. So that is the goal. Between now and August, I plan on continuing with just the basics in regards to reading a lot, doing educational games, and things like that. Our car, that thing is always a headache. It is paid off, but every time we turn around, I'd say every 3 or 4 months or so, something is going on. So we're budgeting $500 in regards to anything that pops up with the car. House updates, not only for this house but for the old house as well. I am looking at about $1,000, but we already have $200 left over in our budget from last year, and so we're looking at about $800 that we need to add to that. I did a very rough estimate of what we need to do to get the old house to a point where I'm able to get someone in there, and I think with the $1,000 budget it's going to be very doable. Christmas for 2017, yes, already past Christmas, actually just a couple of days ago, and already thinking about the future. That is looking at about $300, which is a little more than what we spent this year, so we actually increased that just a tad. Birthdays for the year, $320. The roof for this house, it's got a whole budget line of its own. That's going to be about $3,000. However, my mother is an accountant. She's already looked at our financials for 2016, and we are expecting to get at least that much back in taxes. So that's coming out of our tax money. So that should be good to go. So that's not going to be in the final line, because my way of thinking, that money has already been spent in regards to taxes, and I'm not going to figure that in. Personal property taxes, we're looking at about $300. Clothes for the year for baby girl, we're looking at about $100. Another $100 for Matthew and I for clothes. Vacation, we're looking at about $700. So altogether, we need to save $3,470. So that's about $290 a month. That is very doable. However, in addition to that, I would like to save about $4,000 towards our emergency fund. I still think that is doable. However, I will say this. In regards to our savings for emergencies and things of that nature outside of sinking funds, I always like to stretch myself a little bit. I always like to put in a little bit more than I think we can do as a goal, because number one, we're not factoring in all the great blessings that God is going to give us this year. I am already claiming great things financially for us. I can't say what it is. I don't know what it is. However, I know that He has always provided for us. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the budget that we're going to save about $4,000 this year. And that's a nice size goal. And we're going to do as much as we physically can with God's help. Another goal for this year is for us to be satisfied exactly where we are. And I think that is something that, I have been very good with. I have been very pleased with our current situation. Of course, there has been some stressful moments, and I've shared a couple of those here on this channel. But what I want to do is really embrace that this year in regards to if something doesn't work out exactly as planned, focusing on the positives and what has worked out and not focusing on what hasn't worked out, and letting things fall into place and letting God's will be done. Because when you view it that way, then things tend to just fall into place. And so that's where we are this year. That is a huge goal, is to be satisfied exactly where we are now. Have goals for the future, but don't feel deprived in the meantime, because tomorrow's not promised, and today is a gift, and we need to look at it that way and be grateful for the things we have right now. And that's all aspects of life in regards to baby girl and her learning and her growing up and being able to experience as much as I am, because I only have to work part-time. That is a huge blessing. Being in this brand new house with so much room. Yes, we've got hiccups, but this is a wonderful thing that we have here. So that is it. That is an overview of our sinking funds and our goals for 2017 in regards to our finances. I hope you take the time to review what's important to you and go ahead on and sit down and set a plan. Once again, always stretch yourself a little bit. If you're not stretching yourself, you're not doing as much as you could be, and also let God take over, because you will be amazed what He can do with the little bit that you already have. So don't forget to like this video if you want to see more like it, and subscribe. And beside the subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell, because that is your notifications that will let you know every time I post a video. I try to do 2 a week, but right now with everything's going on, I'm down to about 1. I'm so sorry. But as things get a little bit more settled, you will see that increase. So thanks so much for watching. Doing these videos has really helped me, because Lord knows I didn't want to sit down and do the numbers today, but I was like, I really need to do this, not only for myself but also for my friends, so we can get some goals together. So thanks again for joining me in this journey, and I'll talk to y'all again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.